The NX 450h Plus may be the first plug-in hybrid Lexus, but it's been created with a greater wealth of engineering experience than has been devoted to any other mid-sized premium brand SUV segment rival. There's up to 47 miles of all-electric driving range, sharp looks and a sumptuous cabin. It's a strong contender.
As with any other NX, including the previous one, there's a 2.5-litre four-cylinder, normally aspirated petrol engine under the bonnet, paired up to an electric motor on the front axle, while another separate motor powers the rear. What's different here is that there's a much bigger battery powering those motors. It's 18.1 kilowatt hours in size, which Lexus claims can give you up to 47 miles of all-electric range. And there's the usual Lexus Shiftmatic auto gearbox. You can expect refinement to be exemplary and performance to be more than ample. 62 miles an hour takes 6.3 seconds, providing you avoid the drive mode system's normal and eco modes and select sport. This Mark II NX will handle the turns better thanks to a stiffer body shell, a 20mm lower centre of gravity, better weight balance and increased track width at each end. All of this, along with the Mark II NX model's 30% stiffer GAK chassis, has enabled the engineers here to deliver what the brand calls its Lexus driving signature, a supposedly ideal combination of comfort and handling dynamics apparently honed by professional racing drivers. With so much power on tap, you don't need to work the four-cylinder engine as hard as you would in the lesser NX 350h self-charging hybrid version of this car, so there's less mooing from the CVT auto gearbox when you flex your right foot. Don't expect a whole lot of steering feedback, but there's exemplary refinement, just as you'd expect from a Lexus. We mentioned this NX 450h Plus model's all-electric driving range earlier, up to 47 miles. And Lexus quotes a combined cycle fuel reading that, of course, takes this into account. 256.8 to 313.8 mpg. Unless you spot the different badging or the extra charging flap of this NX 450h Plus, there's very little to clue your neighbours into the fact that you've bought a plug-in Lexus hybrid. This second-generation NX has taken the styling themes established with the brand's smaller UX crossover and interpreted them into a slightly larger size, with various cues from the first-generation NX model. Owners of the original car might notice and find familiarity with the complex side surfacing and the kick-up around the rear C-pillar, and might also notice that this Mark II NX is quite a lot larger than its predecessor. The overall length is 4,660mm, making this car only about 2 centimetres shorter than an Audi Q5. The front looks suitably prestigious, the hallmark Lexus spindle grille offering an intricate mesh pattern made up of three-dimensional U-shaped blocks. It's flanked on higher grade variants by these 4 projector LED headlights, each unit incorporating 11 LED chips with light output controlled by a forward camera. At the rear, there's a neat tailgate arrangement that sees the rear lamps adopt a slim wraparound signature over the rear bodywork. As in all second-generation NX models, under the skin is the same GAK chassis used in the Toyota RAV4. Inside, the cabin of the 450h Plus is of course pretty much the same as that of the self-charging 350h version, save for the addition of some extra hybrid drive buttons. The interior is much improved over the first generation NX, with bigger screens which no longer operate using the much criticised previous touchpad system. The standard centre screen offering, Lexus Link Connect, is 9.8 inches in size, and alternatively there's the top 14-inch Lexus Link Pro setup. Around the cabin there's the brand's latest Tazona cockpit design with its high-quality materials and a dashboard that curves towards the driver's seat. Lexus has also introduced touch-sensitive buttons on the steering wheel. The back seat offers class-competitive space for 2 adults, and the low centre transmission tunnel might mean you could fit 3 in at a pinch. Impressively, boot capacity doesn't suffer with the PHEV installation. In fact, the 525-litre total is 4 litres more than you'd get in an NX 350h. With the rear seats folded, there's 1,436 litres. We don't really understand why it's taken Lexus so long to bring us a plug-in hybrid. The window for this technology will close over the next few years as full EVs with longer ranges become the norm. But right here, right now, a PHEV makes a lot of sense. And in this NX 450h Plus, Lexus has brought us one of the very best in its segment. It's ambitiously priced for an SUV of this size, but most of its classmates are too. And inside this NX, you can at least see and feel where the money's been spent. That cabin might well sell you this car, in contrast to the previous generation NX, where the opposite was often true. So might the stats that go with the plug-in hybrid tech. There's plenty to like here.